In the workplace, there will be times where it's necessary to take legal action against your employer. And here are the 4 top reasons to sue your employer. The first reason is wrongful termination. People get terminated all the time, but their reasons for termination cannot violate federal and state laws. So an example of an illegal termination is as follows. Somebody's being terminated for poor performance without any discipline in the record. Another example would be an employee experiencing retaliation after filing a complaint. And lastly, if the employee is being discriminated against based on a protected status. The second reason is disability discrimination. If you have a disability, the federal law protects your right to work. And under the law, employers must provide reasonable accommodations to ensure that you're able to perform your job successfully. There is not a one-size-fits-all accommodation, but some examples of accommodations include, but are not limited to, the following: working from home, frequent breaks throughout the workday, the use of an ergonomic keyboard, a quiet space or a white noise machine, and if you run out of FMLA time or you don't qualify for FMLA, you can take leave as a reasonable accommodation under ADA. Now, the employer must engage in the interactive process with you to figure out what you need so you're successful when performing your essential duties. The only reason why an employer would not have to provide an accommodation is if they claim undue hardship. Now, they just can't say it. They have to prove undue hardship. 3 is unpaid wages. Your employer cannot dock your pay or refuse to pay you for hours worked. Anytime you're working or conducting workplace responsibilities or your employer is controlling your time, you must be compensated. Attending mandatory meetings or trainings, running errands for the workplace, being on call, or if they have you on hold waiting for an assignment. On hold meaning, say you want to leave town, but they're like, wait, I think we may have an assignment for you. Don't move. That's being on hold because you can't leave and go out of town until you find out if they do or don't have an assignment. The 4th reason is retaliation. Your workplace must be a safe environment. So if, ands, buts are supposed. Saying that, you have a right to report any activity that you feel that violates the law. If you are harassed, demoted, experience schedule changes, or fired after exercising your legal rights, then that's retaliation. And also, if you participate in any type of workplace investigation and you are targeted after, that's retaliation. And honorable mention, age discrimination. Whoever said age ain't nothing but a number was not talking about the workplace. The law protects employees over age 40. If you are over 40 in the workplace and you're being treated differently, that violates the law. What does differently look like for those over 40? I've seen situations where an employee over 40 was treated as if they were incompetent all of a sudden. In the previous years there, they were excellent. They were rock stars. They did great work. But then all of a sudden, as they started to get a little older, they're treated as if they're inept. They don't know what to do anymore, and they have these severe memory issues. There are also stereotypes that employees that are older are difficult to work with because they're set in their ways. These are just a few examples of when to sue your employer, but there are many more. And if something doesn't feel right at work, look into it.